Hi guys, my name is Iaroslav and this is my wife Liliia and we are United States Vice Champions in Standard.
Oh, Standard?
Yeah.
Very interesting. Iaroslav, what do you think is the biggest cliche in Standard, about Standard?
Well, I heard that people are saying that we are very fixed, we are not flexible and all we are doing is holding our arms up, which is very difficult, and only moving our feet.
Oh, so that's it. How about some body actions?
By the way, I disagree with that.
Do you think there are any body actions that we're doing in Standard at all?
Yes, I think so. I think there are a lot of body actions that we are doing, and I think all the Standard dances are very flexible. The only challenge is that it's very difficult to keep it in harmony with each other.
I agree, it is very difficult, but we're here today to help you to do that. So Iaroslav, what is the first thing that you are doing when you start practicing? What is the first exercise that we can do all together to improve our flexibility and to add on to the freedom when we dance Standard?
This is a really good question. I feel that my posture is very important and I'm always trying to keep my spine in the correct position. And I do have a few exercises that I'm using to do that.
Okay, let's see. Show us and we're going to do that together with you.
Okay guys, if you are ready, I'd like to ask you to stay up straight, keeping your feet together, and we actually are going to start this exercise not by staying straight, but by bending down without bending our knees. So I'm going to go all the way down to this position, and I'm starting here. So what I'm doing is I'm gradually going to get up straight from the bottom up, and then my head will be the last point that is picked up. So if Liliia can count for me and I'm going to turn sideways, we can do this exercise together with you.
Alright guys, so what we're going to do, we're going to bend down on 8 count, and I'm going to count, and then we're going to roll up on 8 count as well. If you're ready, let's follow Iaroslav.
Make sure that you start by bending your neck, and then you're going through the whole spine from the top to the bottom as you're going down, and then another way around as you're going up. Okay, I'm ready.
Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if Iaroslav just stays here for a second, we will notice that his body is in a little curved position. So the curve starts from the ankle joint that is bending slightly forward. Therefore, his pelvis and his rib cage is over the ball of the foot, and his head is counterbalancing slightly backwards. And he can also rotate the head to the left.
How do I look, Liliia?
Very good. The curve is nice, the posture is good. And let's all repeat it together one more time. 8 counts down. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And over here, relax your back, relax your neck, really melt down to the spine. And then going upwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great curve. 7, 8. Turn the face to the left. And one last time, bending down. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very nice. How do you feel, guys? Did you try that exercise together with Iaroslav? Let us know in the comments how your body feels when you do that. Now, what do you feel, Iaroslav? When you arrive to the last position, what is that you feel in your body? What is going on?
I feel I'm quite vertical, and also because I'm not so flexible, I feel my knees are a little bit itchy. But it means that I was doing a good job because I was keeping my knees straight, and I only allowed my spine to work in this exercise. So make sure your knees are not loose while doing that, and you can go as low down as possible. So somebody will be more flexible than me, maybe somebody will hit the ground with the forehead, I don't know. So I am only able to get up to this point, and then even if you are somewhere here, that's okay. The main point is that your spine works and you are not helping yourself with your knees. And another thing that is quite important is, as Liliia had mentioned, that my pelvis, my hip joints are more or less on top of my ball of the foot, and then the back of my head is on top of my hip. So that's the curve that we are trying to create here. It starts from the ankle joint and it finishes in my head.
Okay, very nice. Thank you for that exercise. Hope you guys are doing it together with us. Now, what is another thing that we can do to improve our freedom and flexibility?
Well, before we're going to the dancing part and to exploring another exercises for our upper body, I feel that our shoulder blades are really important for our posture, and also they can be a great help or actually a burden for us to produce different body actions such as rotation or sway. So I'm very much aware of my shoulder blades. That's another part that is important.
Very good. So let's exercise the shoulder blades and make sure they have this big range that will allow us more freedom.
All right.
Let's turn you around so people can see your back. And what Iaroslav is going to do, he's going to really pull the shoulder blades together and squeeze them, connect them to the spine, and then afterwards he's going to separate the shoulder blades, pulling them away from the spine and widening the back. So he's going to do that a couple of times with my count, and I hope you guys are doing it together with us. And so we're going to contract on 1 and spread on 2. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very nice. Now when we do that exercise, let's just try to keep our spine very straight. So really only engage the shoulder blades. You will feel that your arms are swinging across your body slightly backwards or forwards. And let's just do that one more time. Ready? And connect on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. Now, Iaroslav, what do you feel?
I feel quite good. I feel that my shoulders are now relaxed and they are not jammed. And I just want to clarify that this is the wrong position and this is the right position. We're just doing it as an exercise to show you the difference and to kind of tune our bodies into the right mode before we will start dancing. Not today, but eventually when we're going to practice, of course.
Yes, so this exercise really allows us a lot of freedom in our shoulder joints, and our shoulder blades are never really pressing down. They feel like they're sitting on top of the rib cage, but they're not lifted up. However, they're not squeezed down, never ever. So
Correct.
this exercise allows us a lot of flexibility in the upper part of body. So,
All right, Liliia, what do you think is the important exercise for us to improve the flexibility?
I think a very important exercise is to allow our body to rotate, is doing some rotary movements with our rib cage. So what we're going to do here, we're going to stand between 2 feet, and I hope you guys are doing this exercise together with us. And we're going to just make sure our weight falls right in between 2 feet. So both knees are slightly bent, the legs are soft. I'm going to put my hands on my ribs here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to rotate those ribs to the left and to the right, trying to keep my pelvis as still as possible and my head as still as possible. And Iaroslav is going to count that for me as we're doing it together.
All right, I like that.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
I am.
All right. Okay, after 2. Ready? 1, 2. And 1, 2. Or 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right, let's take a break. Let's breathe a little bit.
Okay, loosen up a little bit.
Shake it, shake it.
And we're going to do that one more time, right?
Let's do it one more time, and I would like just to show you a few things as Liliia doing the exercise. Okay, ready, Liliia?
Yes.
After 2, and 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I would like to show you guys that her pelvis, she's trying to keep it as still as possible.
Not easy.
And all the work that she is doing happens in her rib cage. So try to do the wrong version of that exercise. Yeah, so as you can see, if she turns her pelvis together with her rib cage, then basically the isolation in her body is gone. And now she is very much one piece.
I feel very restricted in that movement.
So we don't want to prove that cliche that we are not flexible is right. We would like to show you that there is a lot of separation going on in our body and isolation, and actually we are flexible.
Now, of course, for exercise sake, we're keeping the pelvis very still. However, when we change the weight from foot to foot, and we're going to do that rotation during the dance, of course you will feel that your hip joint is going to have some rotation as well. So you want to feel a lot of movement in your hip joints, but you don't want to feel them happening at the same time as you're rotating your upper body, because that stays quite blocky. So what we're going to exercise a lot of ribcage rotation, and then that rotation will spiral down and our hip will be turning at some point later on.
Alright, Liliia, very good. Now let's show our friends how we can do it at home using the chair.
Yes, so we're going to do that same exercise for the rotation, sitting down on that little stool. You can grab a chair right now and do that together with us.
After you.
So I'm going to sit down, and here, moving a little bit to the center, I'm going to find my sit bones. This is very important, as Iaroslav mentioned at first, so we have our posture correct. Head upright and slightly to the back. So I'm going to put my hands in this little practice hold, closing my fingers around my breastbone.
I would like to add that what is really good about this exercise sitting on the chair is that your pelvis is now attached to the surface of the chair, and you gain an extra stability for it. So therefore it's going to be much easier for you to isolate your ribcage from your pelvis. Remember, this is just an exercise.
You're saying it's easy, but it's not. Let's do it all together.
Actually it's not. Alright, after 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, Liliia, keep doing the exercise. Another point that I would like to mention, that Lilia's head right now is also isolated from the rib cage. And basically at this moment of time, as she's doing the exercise, her head and her pelvis are still, and then her rib cage together with the shoulder blades and arms are obviously moving to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Okay, Liliia, thank you so much. Good job.
When I do that exercise, actually, it's very interesting, and I hope you feel that too. I feel the necessity to engage my core a lot. The moment my core is not engaged, I feel that my hips are going to wiggle on that stool right away. So I feel that the core is very important here to create the stability. And remember, we need the stability to create a flexible, big range movement.
And all the exercises that we are doing today are very much engaging our abdominal muscles that are involved in that stability that Liliia is talking about. So we must never lose it. The moment we are losing it, then our posture is gone, we don't look like dancers, so it's really important.
And our freedom will be limited, so the posture is very important to create a lot of flexibility.
Alright, so let me take this out of your way.
Sure. Good. Now the next exercise I would like you to do together with me is to create flexibility in the sides of our bodies. So this is very important to create a beautiful sway. So when we dance, we have a lot of sway in standard, and this must be done correctly. Now what we're going to do, we're going to set up in the center balance position where our weight again falls between 2 feet, and we're going to do sway. Initially, sway is a side bending. So what we're going to do again, and this is just an exercise, and I hope you're exercising together with us today. So we're going to bend our sides. First to the right, and then to the left. And you can do it either side, just bending those parts below the ribs, and really feel that one side is contracting and another side is elongating at the same time. So we're going to go with a count. If Iaroslav is going to count for me, that'd be great.
I am ready. Okay, ready, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
Engaging the core.
2. Alright, very good. And again, as Liliia is doing this way, if I'm asked you to do it one more time, in this exercise we are trying to isolate ribcage from the pelvis. So as she is bending the side to the right and to the left, her pelvis is still, and then her ribcage changes the angle to the floor.
Very good, thank you very much. And again, keep the core engaged. Let's do it a couple more times together with Yaroslav's count.
Okay. 7, 8. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay?
Very nice.
Shake it, shake it.
Good job, guys. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make you upgrade that exercise a little bit and coordinate the sway with the rotation of the head. So what we're going to do, we're going to rotate our head or our face, in this case, to the lowest shoulder. So when we're swaying to the left, I want you to look down to the left as well, rotating your neck. Please be concentrated that you're not swaying, not inclining, not breaking your neck, but you're just rotating that head parallel to the floor as you sway your body. Ready? Iaroslav,
Okay,
going to
I'm
count.
counting. 7, 8. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Alright, Liliia, well done.
Very good, guys. Good job, you too as well.
Let's do it one more time, and I would like to put my hands around Lilia's neck to show you that she's not breaking the neck, and all she does, she's just rotating her skull to the left and to the right.
You want me to do the sway?
Yes, please.
Okay, guys, let's do some more sways together. Ready? 7, 8.
1, 2. 1, 2. So Liliia keeps the distance in her neck all the time, very, very constant. And then let's just show one time the wrong version of it. Oh, yeah. So in this way, I feel she's squeezing her neck a lot, and of course she's gonna lose her posture and her body line because of that. But she's not gonna do that. All right.
You're not gonna do that because you're exercising together with us right now. So we're going to bring this exercise up as well, and we're going to change the weight from foot to foot. So this is what we would usually do when we dance. As we sway, we also change weight from foot to foot. So now we're going to go from the same center balance position. Now what that will do when we change weight and we side bend at the same time, that will change the line of our hips. When we bend the side changing weight, our hip line is going to create the sway at the same time. And remember, our face is rotating to the lowest shoulder as we do that. So we're going to do it slowly, change weight, sway, and switch the head position. So if you're ready, Iaroslav's going to count, and we're going to do that all together.
I'm ready.
Let's do 8 of those. How about that?
Sure.
Are you ready, guys?
Okay, after 8. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not bad. 7, 8. 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, Liliia, not bad. Now, I also would like to mention that as she is doing this sway, transferring her body weight from left to right foot, there is of course a change in the angle of her pelvis. So if Liliia can do it one more time, then I place my hands on her sides. She is still able to produce the sway. However, her pelvis very much follows the line of the rib cage, where in another exercise, this was more isolated, and she was just changing the angle of the rib cage without involving her pelvis.
Yeah, both exercises are great to improve the flexibility in our upper body. Alright, sounds
Okay,
good?
how do you feel?
Very good. I feel actually warmed up. This is something I do a little bit less repetitions probably, but I do every day before we practice. I make sure I rotate my body, make sure that range is big, and I make sure my sides are flexible for me to start swaying. And of course, when we set up in the position, we're both going to make sure that we have that nice beautiful curve that Iaroslav has showed us in the beginning. So guys, if you do those exercises, you are going to improve your flexibility, your range, therefore the freedom and dynamics in standard. And this is where it is not going to feel as static, and still, if you'd like, when you dance it, you are going to feel that you really use the whole body. You're not only holding your body or holding your arms up, you're really dancing through every muscle in your back, through a lot of actions.
In fact, when we release our weight in standard, we cannot hold anything, because as we're going forward or backwards, everything in our body will be going forward or backwards. And hopefully we have enough time to do all the actions that we touched today. So now, By doing those exercises, they allow us to have more flexibility. This is a great way to warm up, and also as we are moving, there are just a few actions that we really have to do in standard over and over again in different combinations. And sway and rotation are one of those actions. So now it's up to us how we combine those two actions and then how we time them together. And I think that's the most difficult part. That's really a hard work.
Okay.
All right. So now we have a little bit more taste of how we are creating rotation and sway. Of course, we are not going to move too much today, but if we show with Liliia something more stationary, and hopefully you can see how our body works while we are going to do those little steps. So this is just a sneak peek for you. Alright, so how about we do our right lunge on one spot and then we do something like over sway and then go into promenade position.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So let's do the first one and then Liliia will be backing you. So we take our position, we will just do it in practice hall. Now, by using our body, we can create our right lunge. We're doing sway and rotation, change our weight, going to over sway, and then from here with the sway and rotation, we're going to promenade, then we can exit the promenade. Alright? Hopefully you have enough time to see. Let's do it one more time, and then I will be back in the camera so you can see what's going on with my back.
Ooh, exciting.
Almost scary. Okay.
Okay, let's do this.
So from here, we start with the sway, we add a little bit more of rotation. Again, we do sway and rotation, change the weight, and we are coming back to promenade position.
Very nice. Feels very free actually after we've exercised.
That's true.
I hope you guys have done those exercises together with us and take them with you to practice.
Even though we didn't have progressive movement right now, but we really had a lot of movement in our upper body, in our center, and of course our legs were involved as well. So our progressive movement can be very limited, but our movement and freedom in the upper body really has no limit. I would say the only limit is our balance. So if we keep ourselves quite stable and all our actions are balanced, we're not falling anywhere, then we can do as much of an action as is possible.
And the bigger the range, the more fun and the more taste you get from dancing standard.
Yeah, so hopefully you see that standard dancers are not fixed, we're not carrying anything around, and it's actually quite easy.
And it's exciting.
And exciting, yeah, to move around with the wind blowing to your face. So,
Hope you guys
what do you
enjoyed
think?
the video.
Please comment below and let us know your experience when you're dancing competitions, maybe your normal experience, and if you have different experience after today and while doing those exercises.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for watching. We hope that we helped you a little bit and we entertained you while everybody's staying at home, trying to be safe. Also, we would like to wish everybody a good day, and hopefully we will see you back later. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.